Mhm. Hello, how are you,
Hi.
Monica?
Great. Great to
Oh,
see you.
and you? Did you have a nice Mother's Day?
Yes, I had a lovely one, thank you. Really
Oh,
good.
good. Oh,
Yes.
lovely.
And yourself?
Yeah, we have a different date for Mother's Day. I think ours was in March or something.
Oh,
So,
okay, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, everybody has a different date for it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Lots of flowers.
Yes. Oh, it's okay. Good boy. So, we got we got a different type of conversation today. Oh, hang on, give me 2 seconds.
Oh, that's okay, no worries.
I
No hurry.
I did this on purpose because I wanted to show people that distractions is part of it. Because what we're talking about today is very
Yes,
important, you know?
I know. I've just got my dog at the door. That's where I'll just let the dog. Sorry. Oh, Blaze, come in.
So you
All
can
right.
see life happens, you know? You got dogs, you got
Yes.
babies.
I know. I got the dog. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, I can't see. Oh, she wants
It's
you all the time. Oh, bless her.
to follow me. So.
She must miss running too, eh, Monica?
Yeah, he just follows me
Oh, it's a
everywhere. So
boy. Mm.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I came here to get away from them, but yeah.
Mm.
Anyway,
That's how it is, you know. So,
that's it.
couple of things that's been coming up for people recently is
Yeah,
how to get started when enough is enough. So,
yeah,
you know, a lot of people are a bit stuck with where to start or how to even get started because they do feel that burning desire, like enough is enough already. I want to change my life. They get this desire when they look in the mirror probably and feel like, oh, you know, I'd like
yeah,
to be the way I looked before I had children or before my injury, whatever it might be. Some
exactly.
people just feel sick and tired of everything and want to try something new just to feel better. So we're going
Yeah.
to share a couple of powerful ways that could help you to get started. Monica, I don't know if you'd like to go first.
Okay, cool. Okay, excellent. Yeah, so yeah, it's a really important point. So it's my first one is on powerful ways to get started on your health and fitness journey. Is when you first get started, it's gonna be it might be easy for the first few days because you might be like really motivated for the first few days, but motivation unfortunately doesn't last very long. So we can't rely on motivation because as soon as you like feel tired or something comes up, then that motivation won't be enough to make you actually do the exercise. What I think that is really important is to have a goal, and a good way to do that is to join like a challenge. Because it takes 60 days to break a habit, well, no, at least 65 days plus to break a habit. You want to be doing it 65 days straight of doing the exercise every morning. So one way, like I mentioned a few times before, would be join a 75 Hard Facebook group, and then you've got accountability group there to do that with. And then for 75 days, you're doing the exercise daily, and that means that yeah, you can't miss a day, and you'll get past that 67 days to break a habit. And you're not relying on motivation. It's just like you've got to commit to doing it daily, and just do it daily. And another way might be join like entering a 5 kilometre run walk sort of race, and commit to doing that, and commit to either you're just finishing the race if you haven't actually ran or walked much before, or if you have done a bit, you might want to put a certain time that you finished that walk run in, and that way it gives you that goal to commit to and say do every day, train every day for it. Another one, your local gym might have a challenge. Some gyms have a challenge where You know, if you say every day, like whoever goes to the gym and does a class every day, they'll be, you know, like one of the winners for, you know, every day for a month, for example, they'll be one of the winners, or who does the most classes in a month will be like the winner. But yeah, you just want to be doing one a day anyway to start with. Yeah, or a Facebook group that's got a challenge, something like that, where there's a challenge, where there's a goal, usually a competition or something like that, or a 75-day hard group. There's always a few groups that are doing it rather than doing it on your own. If you've got an accountability group like that Facebook group, I guess I could drop in there the comments after. They could join, that other people are doing it and they share their experiences of doing that, and that way you've got to run every day and commit to it. So yeah, you need a goal or a challenge that you commit to every day and never miss a day, because one day you may feel tired, but just do it anyway. Consistency is important. Yeah, consistency is, you know, king, but daily is queen. So daily is non-negotiable. And and first of all, it's going to be hard. You have to force yourself to do it. But then after, you know, it will become that you can't live without it. It'll become like an addiction. Because you'll be feeling how good you feel from it, that you won't have to force yourself anymore. So yeah, and so it has to be every day, because to change the habit of not exercising, then that's the way I think to do it. Is a great idea that would help people. So that's one of my first tip.
I think, you know, there's such a fear of what to expect when you're first starting out, you know. And I find one of the most effective ways some people I train with have found they've stuck to it is a group of friends. They decided to do it together. And one, they had the comfort of each other, not feeling uncomfortable around people. Like if you're a little bit conscious about being around strange people or meeting a personal trainer on your own for the first time, a group of friends together can actually break down some of those barriers. And it's interesting, they've been training for 2 years now, and it went from once a week to twice a week. So just seeing that level of accountability and that personal relationship they had with each other really did help them. I'm sure at first it was like quite scary for them as well. But you know, as a mum, I find the most challenging parts of taking care of yourself is when you're a mum like this, you know. So I try to make an example of this. I'm not using my kids or doing child slavery, but it was typical, because if I need to have a meeting, he always wants me. It's like he can sense I'm going to do something. But I brought him here, and I just want to be an example of how we can overcome. Now, there's quite a few in London. There's quite a few fitness classes where you can take your buggy or your baby, and it's very welcoming to children. So that is no longer an excuse, unfortunately. You know, the world is becoming much more child-friendly. And, you know, you could, if you do have young babies, you could look for your local area where they have local baby classes or anything like that. But during the holidays, some of the moms, they bring their kids along, and they play in the tennis court area for the children, where, you know, it's quite safe. And also, I do share some videos that you could actually get your kids involved in. They're only going to play for about 5 minutes maximum before they get bored anyway, you know. But being a mum, I think our health is, I think that desire of saying enough is enough, I need to change my life, and actually doing it is the best thing you could give your children. Because this old age belief that you have to sacrifice your life for your children, and oh, you have to give up your dreams. And I used to believe that too. When I had my first son, I was like, oh, you know, that's it now, I can't travel anymore. And then it wasn't until I went into business that I realized actually everything I do for the benefit of self is what my children will benefit of.
Mm-hmm.
As a mom, I think it is much more important to get started when you feel like enough is enough. And that feeling alone is the first step, isn't it? Like saying in your heart, ah, enough is enough. That's the biggest step. And, some of the amazing examples Monica gave of moving forward with that will make it manifest, make it possible to keep going. But accountability, Monica, I agree, is a massive one. Community and being around people who support you or will encourage you is very, very important.
Yeah, definitely. And you're a great example, Danny. You're a great role model for other mums and for your children as well, because it's so important to, for your children to see you keeping fit, and you're a role model for them and role model for other mums. And I remember hearing once I can't remember his name, successful, billionaire, he said, instead of like shipping our kids off to daycare or whatever, when we've got to go and do a real estate deal or, do some business and that, or do some renovating, bring your kids along to see all that, get them involved, because then they can see, what you're doing. And you don't have to always put them away. You can find ways to include them. So even if, like our local gym and my swimming pool's got a creche for the kids, so but in the creche for the kids, they're doing all these activities while the mum, swimming or in the gym or something like that. But they've got fun activities to do in the creche inside the gym for the kids. So so that's good. In Australia, we have a lot of those. So yeah,
that's really nice. Yeah, I think it's a good idea, isn't it? And I think there's a gym group here in England that's called Better Gym, and I think it's government run by the looks of it. I don't know much about them, but they allow you to. So you have two options. If you feel like you're financially struggling, you can get like a concessionary membership and pay less based on your income. And they have a creche area where you could drop your kids off with some of the staff, and they've got toys and everything. And it's only for an hour a day, but you get an hour a day. So, if you use that, that's literally free childcare. And you get to go and use the facilities as well, so. But parenting is hard, isn't it, Monica? That's the hardest thing I'd rather train people all day than look after kids. I'm being totally honest with you. It's all part of the journey, but everybody does it differently. And I was talking to a friend of mine. I was like, you know what? Nobody speaks about what parenting is really like in an honest and open way. There's such a taboo about mums having the freedom to express how hard parenting is, and because they automatically think, oh, take these pills and you love your kids more, but it's not that easy, and like you say, if someone is inviting you to bring your kids along to better yourself, that's a massive opportunity to take, and I think a lot of people will benefit more just by bringing their kids along to take time for themselves and feel like they're actually taking control of their life without feeling like they're neglecting their children. Because we could have that thought, enough is enough, I'm sorting out my health, and then this massive but will come in, but my kids, who's going to watch them for that hour, who, how much is it going to cost for that hour, and it goes on and on. But knowing that they're with you just for that hour is going to take you to the next step of you actually taking the opportunity to take care of your health and your wellness. You know what I mean? So if moms are watching, my main thing is to not be ashamed of being a mom, or even being a dad, because I know there's single dads too. Let your kids cry, let them go with you. And I'm practicing this. It's the hardest thing I ever done.
You're doing well. You're doing amazing. When my daughter's older now, but when she was like from the age of 4, I dropped her off to a gymnastics sports for her to do gymnastics with a group, and it was like you know, 3 hour lesson, 3 or 4 hour lesson a few times a week. And so she did that a few times, 3 or 4 hours, a few times a week. And then I would go to the gym, you know, so I'd drop her off at organised sport. So while she was doing her organised sport with a coach from about the age of 4, I did that. Then I would go and do my exercise. So, yeah, so while she was, you know, doing some organised sport and meeting friends as well at the same time, then I would go to the gym and do my thing. So that's what I did when she was younger, like, yeah, for many, many years. So and now she's always exercising herself, because that was installed in her from a young age, because you know, she was doing the exercise every day. Hi, Marky.
Hi.
Hi. How are you going?
I'm good. I'm good. I wanted to just quickly join in because of what you were talking about, because I've got a bit of experience of setting up community groups so that women could, for example, do workouts. And we set up creche. You know creches? Is that what you call them?
Yeah.
Creche
Yeah.
for the children. So I've done that in about 2 places where we organised a separate room, and we encourage young people who were looking for careers in childcare to come and help us to run the creche with the children, and then the mums could do the workout. Like, so someone like Danielle would do the workout for the mums, and the kids would be looked after by myself and a few other people. And the funniest thing was, it was like 2 hours, and they would all be like your son is now, Danielle. And finally, after 2 hours, they all went to sleep, finally. And the mums thought, wow, they love it here because they just sleep. And it's like, it took us 2 hours to get them down, really. And we had from 0 to 5. So we had a real wide range of kids. And it took us 2 hours, and they were screaming and they're crying. And I had one little girl that, if like, she was the oldest one, if somebody fell over, when I went to try and pick them up, she would run ahead of me and pick them up so that she would do it rather than me. And it was like, it was like a pantomime. Well, the mums would just enjoy themselves, and they could come out and they were relaxed, and they were, oh, look, we're coming here every week because they just love it here. And what happened from that was that the mums organised a group for themselves. It was called a single mums group, and they organised like tea evenings, and they organised birthday parties for all the kids. So it became a real network for them, and it all came out of just organising that. And my point was, and I'll come off because I didn't mean to come on, I only wanted just to share this with you. My point was, it's really important that the community embraces this sort of thing. So it's not the responsibility of the parent, it's the responsibility of the community. So that, like, you know, Danielle and I were looking at a centre the other day, and if we'd have used that place, there was a room we could have used to look after the kids, like have a play centre or whatever, in while the mums were doing something else. That would have been quite possible. But the community has to embrace that, and sometimes communities can leave parents to their own, that's not the idea of what community really means. You know, that's against the philosophy of community. So I just want to share that. I don't know how to come out, but I'll come out now. I just wanted to share that. If you can get me out of this prison zone or whatever it is, I just wanted to share that with you. That was all.
Thanks, Marky. It's such a good point, isn't it? Parents, they socialise as well. Mums get to meet other mums at the same time, and kids and other kids get to meet each other.
Exactly. What a beautiful share, you know.
Yeah,
and I think it just goes to show that the power of community is very much needed, and to bring about massive opportunity for people, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking when my daughter was little, and you know, like a baby and that, and I was a mum for the first time. I didn't know other mums, and I was so lost, and you can have that postnatal depression. And I was like, oh, like that. Then I joined a mums group that the community had organised. It was like a council government sort of thing, and other mums with their babies, and then got to make other friends, and one is still my best friend today from then. Like so many years ago. And I would have been lost without that. When you're a mum for the first time, it's really important. So it was a great show.
Amazing, So there is opportunity to get started, people, and sometimes it is as simple as reaching out. If you see something that like aligns with you saying enough is enough, and you see something that comes up to align with that feeling, reach out to that person. I know I can vouch for myself. Most of us go into health and wellness work because we really do want to help people. This is not a get rich scheme that you would go into. You know, if you wanted to get rich, you go into Bitcoin. You would not become a coach because it's, you know, it's not the purpose. So it is hard work, and it but most coaches that you see, most people who are offering you a service actually cares about your health and wellness enough that they're willing to do it with you and for you. And it is a very personal thing, much more personal than on demand, really, because, you know, you do on demand workouts, but there's no connection to you through on demand. Like if you did a 28-day challenge or something online, and you're quite happy with that, and you're already working out, you can stay consistent with it. But if it's your very first time, on demand can be very off-putting, and you dip in and out, don't you? You feel like you can't find the flow, there's no human connection, and it's easy to press pause and sit down with a cup of tea and a cookie halfway through. But if you do feel like you want to reach out to people, obviously myself and Monica, I'm a part of the We All Fit team. Mark is here. We're collectively a part of the Y team, Clubhouse Creator Collaborative. If you do feel you want to reach out, please do connect with us, and we will be happy to help you to make enough the last time you say it. And that's it, you know?
Yeah, I've got some other tips as well that might help as well to get started. I thought, I don't know for you, but I think for me, always like doing a morning routine, so a morning cardio routine, because then you feel amazing all day and energetic all day, and it's a lot easier to do it in the morning. You know, get up at 6 or whatever it takes to get in the morning, because in the afternoon, if you're not doing it in the morning, you feel lethargic and just lethargic and unenergetic, and it's really, and then a lot of excuses can come up and get in the way, and so it's easier. I find it's so much easier to do in the morning. So so I think the morning routine is really good, and I think high intensity cardio for me, it makes me feel really energetic. Like with strength, I do strength a couple of times a week, but in the morning it doesn't really make me feel the same, so I might do that like in the afternoon or something. But I say to start, pick something that you like, and an activity that you like. So it could be something like my friend started, she never exercised in her life, and she started Zumba with a group of ladies, and made some Zumba friends and loved it. And then she started running as well, so she was one of my running clients. And from her doing Zumba initially, she was doing Zumba a few times a week, and now she either does Zumba or runs every day. So you pick something you like. So it could be dance class, swimming, running, spin class, like on the bike, just bike riding, or just any sort of like a HIIT class or something like that, anything that you enjoy. And I reckon or 40 minutes a day. And even running, and if you can't run, my hint for running, if you can't run and you want to run, start walking first, and then alternate it with run, walk, run, walk, run, walk. So whatever, feel comfortable. It's good to do like 40 minutes a day. And, but like I said, if you can't run, just do power walking and just introduce running into it slowly. But just most importantly, choose an activity that you enjoy, and that's fun, because it's got to be fun and energetic, because that's what life is about. So if you're not going to enjoy it, it's not much point. And then eventually, after making a habit for 60 days plus, they say it takes to change a habit, then it come automatically, like having a shower, like eating, like having a shower, it would just come automatic. And then you'll be addicted to it, and because you'll be addicted to that feeling. So And if it's 75 hard, there is 2 lots of 45 minutes exercise in it a day. But I suggest like the morning one, do the high intensity cardio one, the harder one, and the evening or the afternoon could do like a walk or something easy, just to make it more achievable. The 75 hard, you don't have to do, you know, two rounds of high intensity cardio a day for that. So yeah,
Amazing. And I know I harp on about this. I was just doing a video one day or something. I was doing a podcast, and I'm like, I feel like I'm always saying the same thing over and over. But it's not, I repeat myself because I know it works. I experimented with it myself. I see it in my clients' lives. I see it in people's lives who do it that aren't my clients. And one big thing is to help you get started is actually ask yourself why. Enough is enough. Why you want to eat a certain way or feel a certain way or look a certain way. And you know, there is the wedding dress why, where it's just for that, like, you know, you go. But sometimes there is this raw unspoken of why in your heart that you're so afraid to talk about. Write that down. Write that down. You don't have to tell anybody if you're ashamed of your why, because sometimes when we desire something, we're so ashamed to say we desire it, or we're ashamed to say we're in that position, you know. Like if, what example can I use? Oh, like a child. Say if I was a single woman and I wanted a child, but I didn't have a partner, I might feel embarrassed about it and not admit that I wanted to get fit just to have a baby, so I need to attract a man. I might be ashamed to say, oh, I want to have a child, but I might admit that I just want to look good. But that raw, painful feeling of why we truly want it, we have to write it down and embrace it, because that makes it much more possible to achieve and to carry on with it. Because, you know, motivation, like you say, it's not enough of you know, motivation is the end result of the journey. People will look at you and say, oh, they were motivated, but at the time, motivation is just a word, you know, Monica, like you said. I totally agree. And you know, a lot of times I found in my own life that when I was so honest, it gave me so much freedom to move forward, you know. And it can be hard to do. But it's definitely worth being honest with yourself, you know. You don't have to tell nobody, but be honest with yourself, because it will give you the power to move forward.
Yeah, no, I agree totally. And like for me, my why is, you know, like I have, you know, if I don't exercise, I will have anxiety, or, you know, I'll just feel, you know, like depressed or anxious if I don't exercise every day. So I do it like for my mental health is one reason. And yeah, and then another reason is just want to be strong and fit and healthy, and, you know, live as long as I can. And it's all about, you know, being healthy as long with the diet as well, of course. And yeah, but yeah, everyone, it's such a good idea to find your why. And sometimes you might need to peel back the onion, peel back the layers of the onion until you find your deep and meaningful why. So yeah, I think originally I probably did it to, you know, to make myself, I didn't feel worthy of myself if I didn't do it, and it was probably more wrong reason, that I felt like, okay, if I don't do it, I'm not going to eat, I don't deserve to eat, just some really weird things. But then after, I was like, no, I need to do it for my so I don't, yeah, so I just feel amazing and not anxious and not sad, and yeah, and just that feeling of feeling energetic and happy and all day and healthy and strong is just great. So, but yeah, it's good to find the reason why. It's such a good point.
This is beautiful though, you know, and I don't see many conversations about these things, and you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there helping, but we will be as honest as we can with your Monday Live. And I just want to announce that this Thursday, our Thursday talk is actually going to feature Monica and her experience with her eating journey. And one of the things she tried, if you're trying it now, is like calorie counting and very strict eating habits. And Monica's happy to share with us on a Thursday talk this week on Clubhouse and Twitter how she experienced it, what it was like, and whether it worked or not. So if you're interested in coming along, please do join us.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, Danielle. Thank you.
I think we did really well today. How are you feeling, Monica?
Yeah, no, I mean, I hope we can help someone, and just like, got any questions about anything with health and fitness, yeah, feel free to ask, and we can always do a live on it on that topic. And we're just here to help other people get started in their fitness journey and keep going, of course. So yeah, just to empower other people to keep fit so they can feel amazing too and be fit and healthy and strong.
Thank you so much, Monica. I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you. You too. It was great seeing your little one as well. So great.
We appreciate you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Marky. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.